When I find myself reaching for the same mouse again and again, there has to be something special about it. I've been pleasantly surprised and I wanted to get a review of this one out ASAP. This is the Arbiter Akitsu. It was so satisfying when I pulled the mouse out of the box, plugged in the dongle, set the DPI pulling rate on the bottom of the mouse, and instantly went into a match of CS2. Without any PC finagling, I was up and running smoothly in no time. There is no software bloat, and I truly believe that this is the way. In this nice looking box, you'll receive the mouse, the dongle, a USB-C cable, some grips, and some PTFE skates. This is the best unboxing experience that I've had so far. I normally always have to download the driver, update firmware, and figure out how to set my DPI before I can even begin to tap into the fun. Definitely not with the Akitsu. It took me less than 10 seconds after plugging in the dongle to have my mouse perfectly tuned at 2K pulling rate and 3200 DPI. The Akitsu has taught me how good it feels to have a plug-and-play seamless experience. I hope that dongle displays become standard, though I do wish the DPI and pulling rate buttons themselves were on the dongle like the WL Mouse Sword X. People are saying that this is a Final Mouse clone, and while the shapes look close, for some reason these mice just do not feel at all similar to me. It feels like all of the curvature is less aggressive on the Akitsu. If you think you are experiencing anything like what this mouse feels like with a Final Mouse or vice versa, I believe you need to hold both first. The shape is surprisingly pleasant. To be honest, when the Akitsu was announced, the shape didn't blow me away. Holding it made me appreciate what they made though. I think some people really appreciate the more rigid feel and how low to the pad the mouse and weight feel. Speaking about weight, the Akitsu is advertised on the box as 38 grams. Mine comes in at 40 grams with the stock dot skates on. Let's get away from that number though, because in my opinion, it's about how this weight is distributed. The weight feels really low down in the mouse. I don't know if this is just me, how I hold it, or what exactly is creating this sensation. If you have an Akitsu, please share your experience in the comments below. The coating, in my opinion, is around an 8 out of 10. It's not a super satisfying feeling texture, nor is it super grippy. It does feel durable though, and I think it would be pretty difficult to damage compared to some other mice. There is a roughish texture over the surface of the plastic. I'll likely put grips on in the future, but I think only on mouse 1 and 2. I really like the way the stretched honeycomb sides feel, and I wouldn't want to cover them up. The scroll wheel has an extremely premium feel to it in my opinion. The rolling is smooth but requires a good amount of force to snap through the steps. The texture on the wheel is a really soft rubber from what I can tell. It's really cushy and grippy feeling for a hard rubber. The wheel itself appears to be a clear acrylic or plastic of some type. It looks really clean. Clicking the wheel is really heavy, and I'm not sure if this will alleviate with break-in or not. I think a lighter scroll press in the future would be beneficial, as when I'm clicking the Akitsu scroll wheel on my soft pads, I can feel I'm pressing hard enough to affect the speed of the mouse. That's not good in my opinion. The good news is that with the most recent batch, the scroll wheel has been adjusted to be a little bit lighter. The Akitsu also surprised me with the left and right click. I wasn't too sure what to expect with the Dragon Claw switches. The name is badass, but would they be any good? Well, the answer is yes, they're good. There is a slight amount of pre-travel, but nothing I feel the need to work out like I did on my Final Mouse Starlight. If you have a problem of double shooting, these clicks will probably feel nice for you. They're a great balance of lightness and tactility. Again, Arbiter and Vancer surprised me here. There's a small amount of side-to-side wiggle possible on these buttons, but nothing that I experienced during regular usage. The side buttons on the Akitsu are a 7 out of 10 for me. The click feel definitely carried, but the buttons feel like they could see a bit of shape improvement. They have a very thin profile, granted it feels good to press, there's just not much button. They aren't bad, but I'd like to see them a bit lower and or just have a larger and sharper or more catchy profile. For those who hate flex but want a lightweight mouse, this is it. The Akitsu is tight. It would hurt my heart to attempt to destroy mine, so I'm not going to, but I'm sure there are others out there who will try. I put a lot of pressure for a carbon mouse without any flex, and that's good enough for me. There's no gaps anywhere and everything is even and straight. Really though, you can't hate on the blacked out look. It will probably fit in the most setups, and the Akitsu has these details that really lean into that blacked out stealth vibe. The scroll wheel is translucent with a black rubber ring, and there are these little carbon fiber like pattern details in small areas throughout the mouse. The Akitsu Founders Edition were numbered and available for $140 as a limited time pre-order. However, you can now order the release version of the Akitsu from Arbiter's website. The price appears to remain $140, and I think this is extremely fair considering what you receive. Looking at what Arbiter has done with their keyboards, I'd be surprised if we didn't get some crazy collabs and colorways. When I hear Founders Edition, I am normally cautious, but being a reviewer, I'm here to take a risk so you don't have to. I am so happy that I did. The Akitsu is my new daily driver. There's just something special to me about the character of the mouse and the way it feels. It has Mojo. That low feeling weight distribution and solid build really makes me feel like I'm using a purpose-built precision tool, and I'm strangely drawn to it. Well done, Arbiter and Vancer, you really started off running. I consider this mouse a great success, and I'm extremely excited to see what the future has in store for the Akitsu and Arbiter Studios. Okay, so I actually recorded this audio originally 2 or so months ago, and yesterday Arbiter has released an updated version of the Akitsu. Batch 2 improvements are as follows. The scroll wheel has been adjusted to be lighter, the side buttons have been tweaked to have a more tactile feel, the base has been improved, the dongle has been upgraded to 8K, and existing Akitsus can get this update as well. I think this shows that Arbiter cares about this product, as all these changes seem to be fantastic. The updated Akitsu is in stock right now on Arbiter Studio's website. I'll see you next time. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more.